Can you expect a busy summer then for Marcelo Bielsa?
Again, it comes down to the budget, how much these clubs have got to spend. But certainly for Leeds and whoever comes in, they know that, the work ethic has to be there. I'm sure that Bielsa's recruitment is going to be is just as well as his coaching and how his teams have performed. So I'm sure there's no doubt in my mind, certainly, that whoever he brings in will do a great job for the team.
Paul, what's the priority list for summer, you think?
I think they'll have a big summer. They've just got the new investment from the San Francisco's 49ers franchise. That money's come into the club. Radrizzani's run the club so well of late, and he's always backed the manager. And I think this summer is going to be as important as last summer. We saw his recruitment in Rafinha. What a bargain that was this season. Rodrigo, okay, not had the impact that he wanted, but I'm sure he will. Left back's got to be a priority for them. As good as Alioski was going forward, he's very, very poor defensively. He's cost Leeds goals this season, and he is targeted by other teams. We saw Brighton do it last week. Gareth Bale targeted him again today, with him being out of contract at the end of this season as well. I think that's an area that they will have to strengthen. They have to invest heavily in that area. Central midfield, the Calvin Phillips role, if you like, that they've struggled to fill. It's going to be a hard one now. How do you tell a player that you can come and play for Leeds when Calvin Phillips isn't fit? And maybe a direct replacement or cover for Patrick Bamford. Yes, Patrick works very, very hard. He scores the goals, but there's nobody else who plays in that role. Rodrigo came as a number 9, plays that way for the Spanish team, but hasn't been given an opportunity to do so. The two key roles in Leeds' team is Calvin Phillips and Patrick Bamford. If they're missing at any time, they don't perform how they should do. If they were ever to lose both of them, it would be a problem for Leeds. So that's 2 areas that they need cover, and they need another goalkeeper as well, like I said earlier.
At the top of your head, though, for those positions, whose name would you throw into the hat for left back, for that Calvin Phillips role, and forward as well?
I've not got a list of players off the top of my head, but there's one player I would love to see at Leeds in the Calvin Phillips role is Harry Winks. He's not been given his opportunity at Spurs. I think he's a fantastic football player. He's been in and around the England squad. But not only the Calvin Phillips role, he can play in midfield as well. I think a player of Harry Winks' quality would really add something to that Leeds United side. He's able to play in a more advanced role in the midfield, but can do that Calvin Phillips role when he's not there and when he's not available to play. I'd love to see Harry Winks at Ellen Road next season.
Bobby, Harry Winks losing a Spurs player to Leeds United. I mean, Harry hasn't had, as Paul mentioned, hasn't had too many opportunities this season, hasn't really convinced a lot of Spurs fans either. Do you think he will make that move to Leeds United if they do come calling?
He could do, yeah, if you can get guaranteed football, but I don't think Bielsa will guarantee anybody first-team football. You have to perform week in, week out for him. You have to show your desire. You have to put in the work rate on and off the pitch, So I believe that, he could be somebody that could fit their mould and their ethos, but I don't know who they'd go before striker-wise. Patrick does that role very, very well. But listen, I'm sure that they've got a list of great candidates that can come in and do the job that Bielsa wants them to do.
Well, just to wrap things up, gents, I want to end it on a Spurs note here. 5 points off top 4, 3 more games to play. What are your hopes for Spurs in Champions League, Bobby?
Not for me. No, I don't think they're good enough. I don't think their defence is strong enough to. No, I don't think they're going to make it. I really don't. I think they're just going to miss out.
Paul?
Yeah, it's hard to find an argument. I mean, as I say, I've always been positive about Spurs this season. And whenever I've worked or been to games or as a pundit, I've always thought glass half full, opportunity to qualify through the League Cup, to win silverware, to get that Champions League place. But the longer the season goes and the way they perform today and not getting a result today, I think it's a real uphill task for them now. As much as it pains me to say it, I don't think they will.
But the silver lining is, gents, if that 1 year away from European football could help them to just focus on, the Premier League, Bobby.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Not having to. I think Arsenal will do the same thing as well. Really, not having to focus on the league and not have to focus on any tournament. Just focus on the league fully. Get your squad right. Get your first 11 right. And give the league a good go. And it could be an interesting one next season with Arsenal and Spurs possibly not qualifying for Europe, and big clubs, big budgets and big players may give them the opportunity to perform at full flow, really, rather than this crazy COVID season where you're playing 2, possibly 3 games a week every week.